Let's take a look inside my Chinese kitchen, and I'll point out a few interesting things about it as we take a pass through. So, first of all, the kitchens in China, as you can see, looking at the ceiling, there is no heating or cooling in the kitchens. And they're also fairly small. This one is actually quite large by Chinese standards. Most of the Chinese kitchens are almost like a tunnel, and there's very little workspace in them typically. Even this one doesn't have a lot of workspace. That's why I added this island here. And this, by the way, is a griddle. Okay, it's a large round griddle because I make a kind of Chinese pancake on it. And let's take a look through the rest of the kitchen now. I want to talk about the refrigerator. The refrigerator is older style. Mine's really dirty inside, so I'm not going to open it. But I want to say that most Chinese homes have this size or smaller refrigerator. I don't know what the cubic liters are, but looks like 84. Sorry, no, that is the refrigerator is 170 liters and the freezer is 84 liters. So this kind of refrigerator also does not have a fan circulating air in it, so it doesn't work very well, I think. Okay, I have a blender. Most Chinese would not have a blender, so you can ignore that. You might notice that the counter height is quite low. If you compare to my waist, you can see it's down here. It's not very comfortable to work on. I would like a much higher counter, but Chinese are shorter and they're used to this height, so it works for them. They always have a gas cooktop, nearly always, and they have a very powerful exhaust fan like this one. And it has a little cup here that catches grease and oil. Kind of gross, but this is like a commercial, like in America what we'd see is like a commercial kind of exhaust hood. Loud. Let me turn it on for a second. It moves a lot of air. And you have to open a window in the house. It's just pulling a lot of air through the house right now. Cupboard space in this house is quite good, but in most Chinese kitchens it's pretty limited. And in a lot of Chinese kitchens you'll see in this area they will have a sterilizer. A lot of times you look at it, you think, oh, they have an oven here, but actually no, it's for sterilizing dishes. It uses ozone or something like this. I have an oven. That's unusual. You normally wouldn't see that. And this is an oven that's supposed to be built in, but it's not built in. I just put it on top of the washing machine, which is also in the kitchen. And that is another common thing, to find a washing machine in a strange place in the house, like the kitchen. A lot of times it's in the bathroom, and sometimes it's on the balcony outside because they don't have a garage. So that's what you have to do. Let's go through the rest of the kitchen. So this is all stuff that I put on these IKEA types of things. Normally that wouldn't be here. The kitchens would be very simple and very little storage systems and things like that. And what else do we have? This is a cover for the wall where there used to be a filtered water supply system that was provided through the building. And it seems to me, according to other places I've been, that no one wants to use those systems because they believe that the plastic lines have gotten old and they can't replace them, apparently, or they didn't plan to replace them, and so it seems like nobody uses these things anymore. Another neighborhood I was in, they told me the same thing. So, what else? The sink. You can see that they're using this kind of sink where it's a stainless steel sink that's clamped onto the countertop, and you get a lot of dirt and stuff here. You can see the mildew on the caulking. And you know, in American homes now, we have the built-in sinks that are part of the countertop, and we don't get this problem. This is filtered water that connects to a water filter below the sink. A lot of homes have this. The drinking water here where I live is actually quite good. I tested it. At least I tested TDS, dissolved solids, and it was very good. But I still want to filter it, and most Chinese also do something like that, filtering. If they don't filter their water, they will be boiling the water before they use it in some kind of water boiler like this. And so Chinese are used to drinking water that has been boiled. And water that has been boiled has a little different taste to it. They also like to drink their water hot. But that is not really because of the boiling, although it might be a side effect or it might be somewhat related, but they drink it warm because of for health reasons. Here you notice I have this is an integrated floor heating system and hot water heater. That's an instant, on-demand, gas-fired type. As you can see, it's quite a beast here in my kitchen. It's a German brand. I've looked it up. It's made in Germany. This is a pretty high-end neighborhood that I'm in China, and they have such things like this, but you won't find this in most Chinese neighborhoods. Let's see, what else can we look at? The floor is tile, and you will see mostly tile floors like this. I guess it is tile. You'll see mostly tile floors like this. And all the other stuff that you see in this kitchen is stuff that I put in place, and most Chinese would probably not have put this in. I want to point out something. You see that this is broken, and also this one. And in my opinion, the wall switches, like these wall switches and also outlets, have poor design in China. They're often broken and unattached from the wall. There's a problem, and then there's an opportunity there to fix that. And what else do we have? That's about it as far as... Oh, another thing about the kitchen is that there's a door that we can close. And nearly all kitchens in China have this ability to close the door to the kitchen. And I believe that's partly to keep the smells from getting into the house. And also what makes the fan venting work better. If you open a kitchen window, it can suck air through there and pull it right through just through the kitchen. So that's it for the basics of the Chinese kitchen. If I'm hoping that this video is helpful to people who might be interested in marketing products to Chinese, and they want to know more about the general living situation in Chinese homes.